Yeah, why you even grabbing the tree branch anyway? You in the city, bruh. You ain't in the backyard. You in the city, man, on the city street. Leave that thing alone.
Can you
Now you
imagine?
finna get hit upside the head.
Can you imagine being the friend there just to support the other guy?
Yeah.
You're the one getting hit in
It
the face.
wasn't going hit in the
with a
face.
tree branch.
And look. He like, come on, man, I'll help you up. Man, leave me alone, man. Leave me on the ground. Yeah. Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna fly, take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
How's your morning going?
It's good. I meant to get up and go run this morning, but I didn't.
Why not?
Just didn't.
Okay.
I am going to run tomorrow with my kickboxing coach and then another teammate on Thursday.
Okay.
So I'm going tomorrow on Thursday. So I guess I kind of use that as an excuse not to go.
Yeah. So okay, I got you. So you wanted to team run.
If I have, especially for the first like couple weeks, if I have someone going with me and holding me accountable, I get into a rhythm of running.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to get into a rhythm of running because I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I'm matched up now for March 25th. So
There you go. Congratulations on that.
thank you. I have to put in the work.
Yeah, you
I
got to
have
put it in the work,
I have
man.
about 17 pounds to lose.
Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it, man. So
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. You can do it. So how much weight have you lost like total in your life? Like had to lose?
Oh, are we talking like up and down all the time?
Yeah, no, just like for an event or a fight or.
Oh, the most I've lost?
Yeah, the most you've lost, like to prepare for a fight or had to lose.
Oh, I lost like 12 pounds.
12 pounds.
With it, but I took that last fight on short or 2 week notice. So
Okay.
I lost like 11 pounds, 12 pounds.
Okay, so that wasn't bad then. I mean,
No.
you should be able to lose, what, 17 you said?
Yeah.
17 pounds. Yeah, because you took it on a short notice. You got it, man. You got this, bro. You got this. Hey, you got it just like we tell everybody else out there. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out there and do it.
Just
So
have to
congratulations on that.
Thank you. You just have to put in the work. You can't ignore it. A lot of people just don't put in the work.
No.
Like yesterday, we left the dealership about 7:15.
Uh-huh.
I got to class kickboxing about 20 minutes late, so I missed the warm up and missed the start of like classes and stuff and hitting pads. So after we did our 5 sets of abs, which is 25 sit-ups, we do leg raise or back plank, we do flutter kicks,
Mhm.
we do bicycles, and then we do scissor kicks as well.
Uh-huh.
So we do that 5 times.
5 rounds. Okay, good.
So that's a lot of abs.
Yeah,
We do
good.
that every
I like
class
it.
too. When I started in the class, we only did 2 sets of those,
Okay.
and we did 2 sets of 10.
Got you,
So
got you.
we worked our way up.
Yeah.
I kind of came back from a knee injury, and we were doing 4 sets, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden now we're doing
tremendously.
5. But I need it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And then we did bonus abs after that, which is another. I don't know if you've ever you do a lot of abs, obviously.
I do.
Okay.
I work at my abs every day.
Have you done the one where you have a partner and you're like laying on your back and you have your elbows touching your knees. And they pull your knees up and you have
yes.
to keep your core
Core
together?
up.
We did 10 of those.
Yeah, resistance
after.
training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Yeah, it is. It
That
is.
is
People
hard.
don't realize that, man. You know how hard it is. They think it's easy, but it's not. You know, resistance training is really tough.
I think a lot of people neglect just calisthenics and resistance training
They do. They do.
just because they want to go look good or go like look cool lifting big weights.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. People think they get in there, you know, individuals and just lift the weights up, you know. I was sharing with my niece one time. I was like, you know, you could get the same build, you know, using rubber bands, using the bands versus the weights. And, you know, we switch, we alternate. You know, I like doing both. I like doing bands. I like doing cables. I like doing free weights. I like doing machine weights. So, you know, we try to add in that every day. So I work out my abs every day. You know, so most cases I do heavy weight and then I do lightweight. You know, heavy weight's going to be, you know, like 10 sets of 10. Lightweight's gonna be, till burnout, till failure, till I can't do it anymore. So I enjoy it, man. So
do you
that's
ever
good.
do sets of like 2 or 3?
I do. I get
How
down.
often?
Pretty much every set. So especially like on my heavy days, on abs, and I say heavy days, machine weight, right? And then I'll use the ball. I'll use hammers, kettlebells. Use that. So I'll drop all the way down, and so I'll do like till failure, right? Till failure, and then I'll boast it up to the max that I can do, and I'll do 2 reps, 3 reps. And, I'll count down. I like counting down from like 4, 3, 2, 1. So in my mind, I'm getting 4 sets in at 4, 3, 2, 1, which is a light set, but that's my mindset, So yeah, I enjoy it. So.
You, especially being in your 40s now, the main thing for you is health, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you're trying to avoid injury.
Absolutely,
So,
man.
Like I'm guessing you don't go super heavy a lot.
I don't go super heavy a lot.
Like if you can bench 315, you're not gonna try to bench 275 for a set of 3 twice a week.
No, man, being like you said, man, being older, and something I figured out, man, like working out with my brother. My brother Danny, man, he's worked out, been a bodybuilder pretty much all of his life, and so is my brother Bobby. All my brothers have, but they've been kind of like the hard guys at it. And we was talking one day. He was like, man, I don't have to lift heavy anymore. He's close to 50, I think. Yeah, 47, I think. But anyway, he was like, I don't have to lift heavy anymore. And it so made me realize, like, dang, man, he looks great. He's still buff. He still looks great. He's probably 215 or so, and I'm just like, wow. So I stopped kind of like lifting heavy every day, thinking that I got to go in there and just, majorly body build. So on my heavy days, I'll lift heavy, and then on my not so heavy days, or let me say this, Austin, I like switching up my reps. If I'm going to go heavy, I'll do, 4 sets of 6. 3s and 2s, and then if I'm gonna kind of lift light, I do 10s and 12s. So I mix it up.
I mean, you look at the guys who
I mix it up,
who are in their 50s and 60s who look the best. It's those dudes who go down to the parks and
Absolutely.
just do push-ups, pull-ups. They do all the calisthenics.
Absolutely.
I mean, those guys are ridiculous shape.
Ridiculous shape, bro. I can show you a cat, man, that I looked at for a long time, for like 3 years at the YMCA, bro. Seriously, like 3 years at the YMCA. This dude is so ripped up, man. It's unreal. He's like 65, 67 now, but he's so ripped up, man, and it's unreal. I never seen him touch the weight in the gym. I never seen him use a weight, Austin, in the gym. He was a gymnast, and so he used his ropes. He used his ropes, bro, to do everything. Body weight for everything. And I'm telling you, I seen him the other day at the gas station. He didn't even know I was staring at him. I was just staring at him from across the other pump, man. Like, wow, this guy is still in this much shape. Austin, this dude is 67 years old.
And he could probably still hop on a basketball court.
Well, he still hop on the basketball court.
Just athletic
just athletic. I'm telling you, man, he still flips in the rope, still does the upsides down and all of that, man. So you're never too old to work out, and you're never too old to get in shape. I can tell you that right now.
I mean, I want to, obviously, smashing your joints into other people's bones and joints is probably not the key to longevity.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I once I'm done like kickboxing and competing and fighting, I do want to get into something that's going to help me get more longevity out of my life and be more active when I'm 60, 70 years old.
Yeah, that's me.
Versus, going and breaking my body down. That's why I don't lift heavy weights like I used to. I don't do Olympic lifts like snatches, squat cleans,
for sure.
hang cleans, anything like that. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now because I get to compete again. I get to push myself in a different avenue. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But afterward, you ever seen Ido Portal?
I haven't.
He's Conor McGregor's old movement coach.
Okay.
He does the weird stuff like in the park and like the human movement and it's kind of like yoga, but moving and like flipping. And
I love that, man.
I think that is cool. Being able to manipulate and maneuver your body in ways that like the average human can't.
Yeah. No, I love that, man. One of my best friends of all time, man. One of my teammates. His name's Chris Cole. He's a martial artist, man, and I'm about to pull him up now because you said all the movements and stuff. And I was always curious of like what he was doing. I knew it had to do something, bro, with martial arts, but I wasn't sure what type of martial arts he was, right? And so I'm gonna see if I can pull up some of his videos real quick and see if this is what you're talking about. But this dude is a stud, man. He uses they're not called sticks. They're staffs, I guess. The wooden sticks.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if they're called staffs or what, but yeah.
I think it starts with an M.
He's right now out in California. That's what he's doing. He's out doing martial arts in California right now, which is really, 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 really cool.
But we were talking about. Oh, find it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was talking about putting in the work earlier, and I kind of got sidetracked. So I was 20 minutes late to class, but I still showed up.
Absolutely.
And then I was there until 9:15. So I kickball. So we worked out until. Oh yeah, that dude's in shape.
Oh yeah,
shape.
Yeah. So yeah.
So we did class until 9 o'clock, and then finished with abs at like 9:05, or I'm sorry, 8:05, 8:10. And then I sparred for another hour. So I didn't get super hard rounds except for the last couple rounds. I did probably 6-7 rounds with some newer guys.
Okay.
But I went through the movements. I worked on my defense. I helped them out. I did a little bit of coaching because if my coach was off holding pads, I helped out the new guys when I could. And so I was there, and I probably did eight-ish rounds. So I worked out for basically 2 hours. I was 20 minutes late, but I still stayed and put in the work. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. They just want the results. And I've been a guy that did that when I was trying to lose weight. And there are ways that you can, I've done the fasting, which I still, do the intermittent fasting when I lose weight. But I tried to do the 4 or 5 day water fast, which can be effective, can be beneficial, helpful if you do it correctly. But instead of, and that's the key word, instead of putting in the work, creating a habit, a habitual lifestyle that's going to lead to more health and more, bodily wealth. So create the lifestyles, put in the work. Don't be afraid to, actually strain yourself and push yourself, because it's going to lead to a more enjoyable life.
I say have an enjoyable life. Everything that Austin just said to you guys, that's the way to have an enjoyable life. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work as an individual. You have to put in the work as a team member. You have to put in the work as a spouse, a husband, a father, a mom, a dad, a worker. You have to put in the work, guys. Nothing comes easy. Nothing is going to ever come to you. I mean, it really isn't. Nothing will come easy. And if you put in the work, just like Austin said, you'll enjoy your life.
By the way, I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking the Liquid Death sparkling water.
That's what he says.
I'm not drinking beer.
That's
Here, I'll put it up to the camera.
No, you can't see it, sir. Yeah, listen, guys, he's Irish, and so this beer looks like water. No, he's drinking some water.
Drinking before work.
Yeah, it's too early. We ain't in Cabo, man, to be drinking no beer this early,
we
man.
Are not in Cabo right now.
No.
Don't remind me.
Now, if we was, I would be drinking shots. I know beer is shots in the morning. Wake you up.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. We'll just get right into it if I can see the damn screen from here.
Oh, by the way, man, I'm just going to come over there, man, and do the ab workout and leave. With y'all.
You're welcome to.
I ain't put on no gloves. I'm just leave.
You're welcome to.
And I'm going to see y'all fighting them.
We do it about 8 o'clock every day.
Slide on a couple gloves and get knocked out. By a girl, probably.
Hey, there's some badass girls in there.
I know, that's what I said. Probably get knocked out by a girl.
We
rebound, Troy Brown. Lakers will get another opportunity. Shot clock is 4 ahead of the game. Here's the third. They should try to hold this one a little longer.
Hey, you were right. Told you he was going to get it, man.
LeBron has it 15 feet away from the goal. LeBron for the record.
By the way,
Can you imagine being a guy like that? It's a record broken on.
I would have loved being that guy, bro. You would? Yeah, heck yeah. I'm like, don't forget about me, man. What about the guy guarding him? Hey, LeBron, man, let's make a commercial or something, man. Same shot.
Shot clock is 4 ahead of the game. Here's the third.
They should try to hold this one a little longer. They can't get the last one.
LeBron has it 15 feet away from the goal. LeBron
love being in front of the camera.
for the record.
He didn't contest the shot either. He let him shoot, It's joyful, man, that, the other team members, are sincere about, him winning and him winning the championship. So I think it's wonderful, man.
There was a lot of
stopped the game too.
There was a lot of speculation, or a lot of stories about Anthony Davis sitting down Did you see that?
I did not see
Where
that.
Anthony Davis was like sitting down, and like when LeBron gets the ball, Anthony Davis is still standing up because he had just got subbed out, and then he goes and sits down, and then like 2 seconds later, LeBron makes the shot, and he just sits there like this for 3-4 seconds, and has like a deadpan face. And now the media was all over it. And does this mean something? Of course, it was right before the trade deadline. So they're like, are there rumors that he's getting traded?
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was going to get traded. But that's something like the media just runs with everything.
Yeah, they just run with everything. I mean, he could have been sitting there in all like, man, this is my team member. He's just, won the freaking title. I feel great about being on the team. I mean, I do that all the time, man. If you do something good, I sit back in awe like, man, I'm just excited and overwhelmed for this guy. Sometimes you don't have to jump up for joy or, even smile sometimes to be excited. I mean, and I think people, man, people look at emotions and gestures, I think sometimes too hard, really. I mean, sometimes it's too hard. I mean, if I'm in a game and I'm balling out and I'm playing hard, I'm looking mean as crap. I'm mad. I got a game face on. You know what I mean? And so,
you look at it.
You look at it both ways.
He actually came out and said, I mean, what do you want me to be happy that we're losing by 15 points?
Yeah.
I mean, they were losing by 15 points to the Thunder, who they're trying to pass in the standings. They're already like 3-4 games down.
Correct, sir.
And he's not having a great game.
Yeah, correct,
He may not even realize, this is the 2 points LeBron needs.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's knee deep in the game, and his mindset's on the game. So that's a great point.
Everyone
man.
just wants to make a story out of it.
Wants to make a story, man. Just like Rihanna, man, performing at the Super Bowl. I mean,
I will say, I thought I was watching it with somebody, and I was like, I would have thought she was going to come out dressed a little more provocatively.
Yeah.
In real time, I didn't see what looked like a baby bump.
Right.
On social media, everybody was posting it, but there were people critiquing her. There were people that were like unabashedly, on her side. It was like, it was a Super Bowl performance.
I mean, I'm like,
why is everybody so on edge about this damn performance? It was a good performance. It was cool.
I mean, no, it wasn't the normal Riri. No, it is not. She's pregnant. I mean, she is pregnant, man. You can't perform like that.
On a 300-foot or however freaking tall platform that shaking and it's on these cords. I wouldn't move much either.
Yeah, no, not at all. She slips and falls, and then now the whole world is mad because she was performing pregnant and she lost her kid. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just, I was thinking about that last night, and I knew we were probably going to talk about it. But it's just it's an accomplishment in itself to perform at the Super Bowl, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's an accomplishment in itself. It doesn't matter what the person looks like. It doesn't matter how they perform. They were asked to perform at the Super Bowl. Nobody out here that's making all these complaints and negative thoughts. You didn't perform at the Super Bowl. So be negative on your own self. You ain't perform at the Super Bowl. You probably didn't get to the Super Bowl. You probably can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. So don't be bashing people. Say something positive or don't say nothing at all. I mean, really, like, it's just crazy to me, man. And I hadn't even seen it all. I hadn't even dove into it. I'm not, because I don't like negative. But my sister and them was going, my daughter was going, and I'm just like, okay, I mean, what is it? Like, what is it?
I saw a meme earlier. It was,
man,
what the fans were expecting Rihanna to do, and it was like a dude, but he had his stomach pushed out as far as he could, and he was spinning on it.
Oh, really?
They expected him to get out there and be like,
just a little, man.
All right, last year's Super Bowl performance or halftime performance, or this year's? Remember last year you had like. Kanye wasn't there, but he had Jay-Z.
Man, last year.
Had Eminem.
Snoop last year.
50 Cent. Oh, that was.
Yeah, last year it was off the chain.
Dre.
Yeah, last year. When you got that many performances, come back together, hip-hop stars like that and icons, I think it's just great, in general. So last year.
Yeah, I like last
year. Yeah.
But, hey, keep that same energy, though. When y'all were clowning 50 Cent for hanging upside down and being 50 years old and having a little bit of extra neck weight. Yeah. I mean,
ratings go up.
Everyone gets so sensitive about Rihanna. No one was had 50 cents back.
Nope, not at all.
So keep that same energy. But I prefer last year's performance and let these people live their life. They're humans. They're going up to perform. They're not going to be perfect.
No, not at all.
Like Chris Stapleton, he was great for the national anthem, but he wasn't as good as I've heard him before.
Yeah,
I honestly thought that he held back. I thought he could have done more, but guess what? He may have had a hoarse voice from doing a concert or something.
That's right.
You never know.
That's right.
You know, I remember distinctly when I was younger, I was watching, I think it was the CMAs or something, and Country Music Awards, and Miley Cyrus was performing because I had a huge crush on Miley Cyrus when I was a kid. Like, yeah, or Hannah Montana, I guess.
Yeah, I still do.
And so, but she was performing live for the first time that I had ever seen her perform live. It was on TV, and she was performing, and it was not good. And I was like, man, she is terrible live.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
And then I heard her again several years later, and then she was actually pretty dang good. And I was like, okay, maybe what's the reason for this? And then I went and saw some people performing live, and then my own experience. I was like, oh, you know what? She may have just had like a rough time singing that night because her voice may have been given out. Because I've had days where I can sing better than others. I'm an okay singer, but there's times where I sound like shit. There's times where I sound a lot better than I normally do. So I can put that in perspective now and piece those things together. So instead of just judging based off of one appearance from somebody, whatever regards to life, instead of just judging off that one appearance, actually like do your own research and then try to learn about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that, Austin. Great point. And guys, listen, it's okay to opinionate. It's okay to have a perspective and a view on whatever. The difference is bashing and opinion. Bashing and opinion, it's totally different. You know, it's when you're bashing somebody, it's just negative and mean. But when your opinion about something, hey, Rihanna maybe should have did this, or maybe should have did that, or I love the performance when she did that, versus just bashing, then that's where the problem lies at right there. You know, because I value everybody's opinion. I don't agree with everybody's opinion, but I value it if you come at me with your opinion at the right way. If you come at me at the wrong way, then it's going to be negative and it's going to be static. I mean, that's just the way that I am. And I think everybody needs to realize that, you know, before you start bashing somebody or start judging somebody, maybe find out a little bit about the situation or whatever the heck is going on in their life before you do that. And I think if we all do that, I think we can take a turn from the world being wicked, man.
I mean, it comes back to, are you going to be constructive with the criticism,
That's
or are
right.
you just going to beat somebody down?
That's right.
If you're going to beat somebody down, then there's no reason to to voice your opinion on it.
No.
I mean, it's kind of, you know, dang, I lost the term. But anyways, constructive criticism versus just, you know, beating somebody down. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't always apply, but in general, it's a good rule, a broad stroke to live by, because what are you offering besides just tearing? That's why, again, I don't like a lot of the big media. It's just so negative.
Yeah.
A lot of the clickbait you see from YouTubers and from, you know, podcasters too, they just want to pile on everybody and not actually offer solutions. You know, people can talk negative all they want, but never offer a solution. Eventually, people don't want to hear that.
No.
It may be like edgy and cool at first, but people don't want to hear you just piling on somebody, especially over and over and over again when they get nothing from your video besides negativity. That wears people out.
That wears people out. You know, I used to be one of those people that will wear the out of people. I wear the out of people. I don't do it anymore. I don't even get mad anymore, really. I just look at things different. You know, if it's something negative, I'll walk away. You know, it's like now, I mean, we're all stressed out and stuff like that. Last night, I just walked away. Like, I ain't, you know, because, you know, sometimes you put fuel on the fire that it doesn't even need any fuel. I mean, you need to be trying to smother it. You need to be trying to, you know, put it out. You need to be trying to find the possibility. Again, you know, I was talking to one of our salespeople, and, you know, he was telling me all the problems that he had with this deal. I said, well, let's back up a little bit. Let's think about the PP. Let's think about the problems and the possibilities. Then I started telling him some things, and then he started smiling again and started being happy about it. That's everyday life with people. People find nothing but the problem. And when they try to find the possibility, sometimes it's too late.
I mean, when everybody's bitching and complaining about the fire dwindling, the fire going out, be the one going out looking for firewood. Don't be the one sitting there. Like you said, sometimes you can put fuel on the wrong fire.
Yeah.
Find the fire that's going to help you, and, you know, the fire that you want to be on around and be getting warmth from and not getting burned by. Put your firewood into there. If you don't have any firewood, go find some damn firewood. That's on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
That's on you.
Yeah,
Just
that's
don't
on you.
associate with the negativity, and don't, you know, sit around with people that aren't going to bring value to your lives.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Don't fuel the wrong fire. Seriously, don't fuel the wrong fire. I love campfires. You know how you sit around a campfire? Everybody sits around a campfire and they're enjoying themselves and having fun. And they're still putting fuel on that fire. They're still building that fire up. That bonfire burns all night long with the positive vibes. But the negative ones, everybody leaves the party.
Speaking of positive vibes, so I've been watching a few funny TikToks.
Yeah. And listen to this, brother.
This dude steps in the concrete mix.
Step in the concrete mix.
Tries to get away, runs away. Oh, I'm getting out of here.
I got him.
Thought he was getting away.
Got him. First of all, why you underneath the rope? The caution tape.
Don't go that way.
Where you going?
People just.
Bro, I done cracked up, bro. I promise you.
I mean, just have some common sense.
I mean,
that caution tape's there for a reason.
Bro, you got the caution tape there, right?
Plus, who doesn't know what wet concrete is?
But yeah, it's wet. First of all, if you gotta walk across there, okay, don't be on the caution tape. Get on the other side. Get in the dirt.
All right, we're in the clear.
Yeah,
right.
get in the dirt to your left.
Only one person saw him out of here.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Look at the other guy. He
Told me the world.
But people just do way too much.
Told me the
What's gonna
world.
happen?
Look
at the best case scenario and look at the worst case scenario when you're about to do some stupid stuff. Best case scenario, she gets a good rep. Worst case scenario, she cracks her skull on the wall.
or hits one of them hooks with her head and just scrapes her whole brain out.
Exactly. Candyman comes
Yeah,
at her.
exactly. My thing is, why is she on the other side? Where there's nothing against the wall, she can fall back on the mat. But he said, man, he should be on the other side throwing the ball the other way. What the heck? I tried too on the other side with the bat.
You've got to be a lot of explosive.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be explosive to be
the
able
way
to
she
get
was-
up, tap
Tap
that
it.
ball back, come
I
back.
was gonna say the way she was swinging, she ain't gonna never get there.
I laughed for probably 5 minutes when I saw this. The bro is just. Animals.
They are, man. I always wanted to monkey a chimpanzee, man. If I lived in the country, I'd get one.
Oh yeah.
If I lived in the country, boy, I'd get one. That
problem-
is so fun.
I would love a monkey,
Yeah,
but the problem is they are assholes.
yeah,
They will just rip your fingers off, like rip your ears off.
yeah.
Just at a moment's notice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They know what they're doing too.
Oh yeah, they're pretty smart.
Yeah. They don't do it because they're going to eat you. Like they just do it just to be little assholes.
Is that why I want a monkey?
How cool would it be to have just a chill monkey around, just hanging out?
It'd be
with you?
cool as crap, man.
Just
I'm
wrestling
telling you.
around with.
Yeah, it'd be cool as crap. If I was a stay-at-home dad, Alicia, I can get me a monkey. You know, I can be at home all day with the monkey.
Now,
Then I'll watch him.
at what weight do you say, all right, I can't handle this little motherfucker
Man,
anymore?
100 pounds.
You think 100?
Yeah, 100 pounds.
I think less than that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
100
kidding,
pounds?
bro.
That's a big monkey.
No, I'm kidding.
100 pounds?
No, more like 20 pounds, bro.
Yeah, I
20
think
pounds,
that
that's
thing
it.
right there is going to give you a run for your
Yeah,
money.
that's it. Maybe 10 pounds, you know what I mean? Something I can put in a backpack or something.
Man, we don't actually think about how weak we are. I thought I had my thing on vibrate. I did. My alarm still went off. We don't realize how weak and frail we are compared to a lot of these animals.
Man, we are weak and frail.
Like a 50-pound monkey will mess you up.
What-
You may come out on top eventually, but you are not having a fun day.
Man, that's a dog fight, man. That's fighting. I wouldn't even want to do it, bro. I don't even think I got enough energy to fight that thing because I ain't gonna give up. Man, animals don't give up, man. Especially monkeys. They just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. I was looking at social media and Dr. Ramirez, he was at the San Diego Zoo, man. And, you know, I've looked at hippos before, but he had a close-up of a hippo, man. I was looking at this hippo just take this log and just swing it around, swing it around. And I know they're big and they're huge, but the close-up, man, I swear the dude's mouth was like, you know, this big, man. And I'm thinking, you know, I wouldn't be too afraid of a hippo, you know, but now I think I would. Like, I don't think that I'll go
They
head to head with a
They
hippo.
kill more people in Africa than the
Yeah,
lions do.
yeah. I don't think that I
Tigers.
would even mess with it. You know what I'm saying, or even get close to it. I mean, them
They've
things
got the
are
strong.
huge, bro.
I think they have the strongest bite.
Yeah,
of any, like land animal.
sucker was. I mean, that head was. I mean, his mouth was big as the light, bro. I'm like, God, you imagine this thing coming at you?
No, I wouldn't
No.
want to.
You know, we watch Swamp People a lot, man. And I'm looking at some of these gators, and I'm like, bro, them things is huge. I mean, big. And they just out there just like it ain't nothing.
Which dinosaur brain.
Yeah, that's
Just
the
eating
custom
everything.
life that they have. You know, I guess we have fishing, hunting, but not like alligators. I'm like, golly.
Can you imagine being like in Florida or Louisiana where that could be in your or Australia? That could be in your backyard.
That could be in your backyard
Like,
anytime.
You could have one of your grandkids walking out.
Yeah.
And just seeing an alligator.
Yeah, man.
Crocodile.
Yeah, I'm cool with snakes and squirrels and birds and stuff like that.
It depends on the snake for me.
You know what I mean? Rather than a monkey, I mean, not a monkey, but a hippo or a tiger or something like that.
Just
coming
imagine
at
walking
you.
outside seeing a gorilla in your backyard.
Boy, I'm going back in.
200-pound silverback gorilla, 300-pound silverback gorilla.
I'm gonna be a ninja. I'm gonna try to be quiet. Yeah,
Close that door back.
exactly.
We don't need to go outside.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even gonna run, man.
Rocky, I'm calling in for work.
Yeah, I am not coming.
I'm not coming outside.
No, for a week. He's still there.
He's still there.
Just
Just take my vacation time.
Yeah, I'm gonna call in today. Nope, monkey in the yard.
Nope.
Yep, monkey in the yard. Next to the interstate.
Oh my gosh, have you seen this?
I have not.
This guy's giving him an ear massage. Look at the guy's face.
I mean, good Lord.
Look at his eyes.
Oh my God.
Well, there's something so disturbing, but so hilarious about his face.
Yeah, I don't understand why you need an ear massage, bruh. Too much wax up in that thing.
I don't know. Like that seems like it would hurt more than anything.
Yeah, like, let me try it.
It's disturbing what he's doing to his ear,
Don't it hurt?
but his
Won't
face
that
is
hurt?
hilarious. I think it would.
I mean, gripping it. Got him lubed up too, boy. Look at it.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I can't
something
watch
wrong
that.
with that man.
I can't watch that anymore.
No, something wrong with him, bro.
I can't watch that anymore. Oh, this one. We didn't watch this one. That's a hold my beer moment.
Boy, howdy. Are you serious?
That seems like something that would happen in Oklahoma,
serious?
but not on concrete.
Are you serious?
That's like two buddies cleaning up a backyard, drinking beers, and then all right, help me get this tree branch.
Yeah, why you even grabbing the tree branch anyway? You in the city, bruh. You ain't in the backyard. You in the city, man. On the city street. Leave that thing alone.
Can you
Now you
imagine?
finna get hit upside the head.
Can you imagine being the friend there just to support the other guy?
Yeah.
You're the one getting hit in
It
the face.
wasn't going hit in the
with a
face.
tree branch.
And look. He like, come on, man. I'll help you up. Man, leave me alone, man. Leave me on the ground.
Yeah, like don't talk
Yeah,
to me.
man.
You got me involved in this bullshit.
Yeah, you know your big butt finna bring down this tree.
Oh my gosh! All right,
Sound
now-
like me and my friends we used to do it back in the day.
yeah. We'll get into a couple serious ones. Just try to get some of the
Look,
discussion
man,
going.
Freud was no dummy when he pointed to the fact that the devouring mother was one of the major impediments to proper human development. He knew that, looking deep into the darkest families and seeing this proclivity of the overprotective mother to destroy the developing integrity of the child, to keep the child infantile, to cling to that relationship instead of developing life for herself and letting the child go flourish. That's Hansel and Gretel. You're lost in the woods. Why? Well, your family's broken up. You have an evil stepmother. What's your abuse rate if you have a step parent? 100 times normal. So you're lost in the woods. Well, what happens? Well, you come across a gingerbread house. Well, that's pretty damn convenient. You need a house. It's more than you could even hope for. It's not just a house. It's a house made out of candy. Well, what's inside a house made out of candy? A witch who wants to fatten you up and eat you. And that's the devouring mother. Look, man, Freud was no dummy when he pointed to the fact that the devouring mother was one of the major impediments to proper human development. He knew that, looking deep into the darkest families and seeing this proclivity of the overprotective mother to destroy the developing integrity of the child, to keep the child infantile, to cling to that relationship instead of developing a life for herself and letting the child go flourish. That's Hansel and Gretel. You're lost in the woods. Why? Well, your family's broken up. You have an evil stepmother. What's your abuse rate if you have a step-parent? 100 times normal. So you're lost in the woods. Well, what happens? Well, you come across a gingerbread house. Well, that's pretty damn convenient. You need a house. It's more than you could even hope for. It's not just a house. It's a house made out of candy. Well, what's inside a house made out of candy? A witch who wants to fatten you up and eat you. And that's the devouring mother. Look, man.
Okay, so this one's a little deeper, a little, it talks about fiction as well, but just in general, I don't have too much experience with this personally because I think I had a mother that rode the line very well of being overprotective, protective, to a degree. You know, she was too nice to me. That's why I had to go out and get kicked in the teeth in life on my own. And like, I wouldn't say I was sheltered, but I was just too spoiled with what she could give me, and didn't make me work. But I think, and I could be wrong, and I'm not familiar with the story of Hansel and Gretel, but what he's referring to is, I think there's two different fronts. You have the evil stepmother, the evil mother. We put so much emphasis on mothers in our society, and who are developmental, who take care of us, nourish us, and help us emotionally grow and become emotionally intelligent and being able to care for others, whether you're a man or a woman. So when you are neglected that completely, then that can be a very serious downfall for you when you're not able to discern how to actually, care for others. And so when you have a mother who completely neglects you, and your growth and your emotional intelligence, then you might not be able to go forward in life and understand, okay, I'm doing this to this person. So you don't get to develop in your life like you normally would. On the flip side of that, you can have mothers who are too, like helicopter parents, like that are, and this goes for both parents too, but I'm just going to stick with the mother because that's what he was referring to. Because the mothers are typically more involved in the everyday than the father, just in general society, stay-at-home moms in general. But you have the mothers who are too overbearing, too overprotective, too nice, I guess I should say, and don't let their child grow. And then the mother's only sense of life and accomplishment in their day-to-day routine, in their day-to-day life, is their child. And that's why you see, like, what's the empty nest syndrome? Mm-hmm. So you have parents, and I think mothers more specifically, again, who once their child is grown up, they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And they've been so attached to this person, which again I understand it's probably a normal thing. I'm not a parent, but I understand it's probably a normal thing to cling to, what your child's doing every day, because you raised them for 18 years. You're going to continue helping them throughout their life. But when you have somebody, when you're so attached to somebody, it's hard to let go. And so you get grown-ups that are still being controlled by their child, and you never let them go out and establish themselves in the world because, you want that control as a parent because you don't know what else to do with your life because that's all you know, and then that hinders your child's growth.
No, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Generation raisings have changed. Generation raisings have changed. You were raised like I was raised. You were raised like my brothers were raised. I think up until the early 90s, probably, and I'm saying that is because my kids are 91, 92, 90. That's when the generation raised changed, because of all the new school kids, the millennial kids. It's hard to raise them. It's hard to, it really is. It's because there's so much given and there's so much exposure to the world itself. They're living off of worldly things. When I was growing up, there wasn't cell phones. There was, right? But there wasn't social media. There wasn't things like that. You know, I had a pager, I had a cell phone, but I can only use those to call my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She would page me, and I would have to tell her exactly where I was at. It was based off a form of communication.
Mm-hmm.
That form of communication, if it was broken, I would get my butt beat.
Yeah.
Now, if the form of communication is broken, their phone's taken away for one day. So what? They use their friends. They use their, teachers, whoever. There's so much access to the kids today, it makes it tough to raise them. So as parents, me included, tried to find ways to raise them, discipline them, and still keep them happy. Well, when I was growing up, it wasn't about being happy. I can care less if you're happy or not. I'm happy with what I told you to do and go do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's where the problem lies at, and we all do it as parents today in today's world. We hinder our children for being so passionate about their life. It hinders us sometimes because now that they don't know what to do, how to do it, or even go out and have their own life. We're so caught up in raising them that way that we forget about our life. And all of a sudden, the kids are gone. What do I do? What do I do now? It's because I spend all my time doing that. I'll share a story with you. My wife said, you know what? I want to live my life now. I want to live my life. And she told me that about 5 years ago. I want to live my life. I'm freaking tired of living the kids' life. I'm tired of doing all these things for them. I want to live my life. And I let it be. I didn't comment. I didn't be biased either way. I let her figure that out. And once she figured that out, she left all the kids behind. She left me behind. No, I'm living my life. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm doing this, and this. And if you want to go with me, you can. If not, I'm going on my life. Not everybody gets that chance to do that. And she was almost a victim to falling short of that. She was almost a victim of falling short of that. I used to say all the time, you're not raising the kids like I was raised. I used to get my butt beat for that. I used to do that. Well, guess what? We had to find ways together as co-parents to figure out our children. And you're cut off. You cut off. You ain't getting nothing. You cut off. Go find it on your own. Find it on your own. You're cut off. Find it on your own. Go get it on your own. And when you do, come back to us. We'll help you now. And that's how we are with our kids. No, go do it on your own. We used to have a long list. My wife used to pay all the kids' bills, all of them. Everybody's. No, ain't nobody have to worry about nothing. Not now. You better pay them bills. You better do this. You better do that. You better do that. So I'm telling you, she was almost a lost victim in that. And what I'm telling everybody like this now, don't be a lost victim with that. Let your kids be who they are, right? It's raise them, but when they're in your house, raise them, set the rules, set the boundaries, right? And don't go outside of that. Don't tweak it. Don't change the rules on them just because they came home with an A today, but then yesterday they were still bad. That changes nothing. Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Whatever you are doing, stick to it. Don't let up on that. And you will not be a victim of trying to find your life when they're all set and when they're all gone. You won't be. You won't be. You'll be that parent that's the hardest parent on your kid. Be that. Because just like me, I'll appreciate it in the end. My mom was super hard on me, man. I hated her. I loved her, but I hated her because she wouldn't let me go to my friend's house. She wouldn't let me do these things. She wouldn't let me go over here. She wouldn't buy me these things without working. I appreciate every moment now. Mm-hmm. I appreciate every moment. I tell her every day. She called me yesterday and said, I'm just thinking of you. She's 83. I'm just thinking of you. Curious of what you're doing. I'm just thinking of you. Right? Guess what? That's where it needs to be at all times. Seriously, that's where it has to be at all times. If not, you're going to be that victim, man. And you're not going to see your life, and your life is going to pass you by, and you're not going to have any fun, any excitement in your own life. You'll be living your kids' life. And then guess what happens after that? Your kids forget all about you. They never come back. They never check on you. They never do anything. So just like Austin said, man.
Become entitled.
They become entitled. So, I totally agree with what you said, man.
Speaking as the child in that form, if you need to take that, it's fine. I'll go ahead and keep this going. Speaking as the child in that respect, I've been on both sides, and I've been open about this before. I've had the time where I've given myself the leash. I've given myself the safety net of, oh, I've got people that will support me. They may, they're going to run it like they want to run it, but they'll support me. And I've had it to where I'm completely independent and figuring out what the hell I need to figure out. So, but I've come to learn a couple things. One, being independent and figuring the crap out on my own makes me much happier than relying on somebody else all the time. No matter how great their intent is.
That's right.
Because I don't want to be constantly told all the time what to do.
That's right.
And that's part of what drives me. So as much as they may love me and as good as their intent is, I do not want somebody controlling my life.
That's right.
I've talked about it multiple times. So when you don't want people to control your lives, you can't give them that input. Again, no matter how good their intent is, if you don't want your parents controlling your lives, you can't just always take money and help from them. You have to figure this shit out on your own, just
That's
like
right.
you said. You have to, parents, you have to cut your kids off. I mean, maybe help here and there, but you have to cut them off like in life and let them go figure it out on their own. They have to learn how to fly on their own. I had to learn how to fly on my own. Otherwise, I would still be living at home.
Yeah.
I would still, be probably depressed, and I would still be hating where my life was going.
Yes.
I had to get out and fail for years and years just to figure it out.
That's
and
right.
As a kid or as the child, as an adult, you cannot keep taking handouts because you are going to be relying on them and you're going to never find your own way.
That's right.
So you have to become self-independent, whatever. Self-dependent, yeah. You cannot be codependent on somebody your whole life. You have to figure out how to stay afloat and sustain your own happiness.
Yeah, you absolutely, man. I felt horrible Sunday. I felt so bad, man. My little grandson, he was on his little motorcycle bike, right? And we're all going, and we was going up a hill. We went down a hill, we kind of went in the little creek bed and was coming up out of the hill. Well, he couldn't make it up the hill on his bike. He just started kind of, I can't make it, Papa, I can't make it. And he's trying to pedal, and now he's getting frustrated. And I just sat there and watched him for 5 minutes. I did not help him get up that hill. I almost cried because my little man, he couldn't make it up that hill, and I wanted to help him. I'm on my bike. I'm wanting to help him. And right then, something clicked with me. If I help him now, when his grandfather is dead and gone, and he's trying to make it up that hill of life, how will he make it if I keep pushing him up that hill, right? No, get up that hill the first time. Let me know you up there, and then Papa's coming after you. Right? And so I didn't help him up the hill, man. I didn't help him. I wanted to. I sat there. All the other kids are gone around the corner. Actually, we sat there so long that they came back to check on us. And I'm just sitting there watching him on his bike, watching him. I'm instructing him what to do, and he's still just crying. And now he's trying to get off his bike. No, stay on the bike. And guess what happened?
Figured it out.
He figured it out. He got up that hill. Once he got to the top of the hill, he started pedaling faster and faster and faster and faster because he knew the next hill, he had to catch up to speed. If not, he's not going to get up that hill either. He figured it out. And I was a proud moment. And one of these days, I'll tell him about that. So, guys, it's just like your children. Just like your children. They're battling right now to get up that mountain, get up that hill. Just stay at the bottom of the mountain and watch them be victorious.
I mean, I think those lessons are so important. Letting people realize, letting children, letting young adults realize how self-efficient they can be and how that they can accomplish things on their own, because it's like the flea in the jar. I think I talked about this once before, but if you keep a flea in a jar, I forgot exactly the time frame, but if you close that jar, a flea can jump, 3 times the height of a jar.
I'm gonna meet my wife for breakfast.
Oh, okay. A flea can jump like 3 times the height of the jar, but if you close that jar and it jumps, can't get out, you take that jar off after a certain amount of time, it's not going to jump out of the jar. It's going to jump to the height that it normally jumps to,
right? And
it's going to think that there's still a ceiling there,
right?
So if you had that ceiling on your kids, you're always holding their hand, you're always handicapping them,
right?
And people like adults too, but it starts when you're younger. That's why it's fantastic that you did that. Is you pull that lid off, they don't know how high they can jump. You don't know how high they can jump. So if you're limiting that and you're setting those parameters for their life when they're young, they're never going to grow outside of them. They're never going to be able to jump out of that jar.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome because kids need to go through tough. Kids don't go through. Yeah, you go through online bullying. They got stuff that's real.
That's real.
But they don't go through real life struggles. I mean, I remember having to go, in my neighborhood, ride a bike over to my friends, walk over to my friends, and knock on the door, ask their mom if they were home, ask them if they could play, and then then you're playing, and then you only have a few hours, so you better make it last. Now kids just text each other.
Yeah, that's it.
And I remember distinctly, I went and picked somebody up for a date a couple years ago, and I went and knocked at their door. I didn't text them. I pulled up, I knocked at their door, and then they went on social media and was like how crazy it was that someone knocked on their door instead of texting them that they were there. And I was like, to me, that just seems like a normal thing to do.
Ooh.
So, I mean, we don't go through struggle like we used to. Kids get it worse now because, as parents, you're exhausted. As adults, you're exhausted. You don't, uncles, you don't want to be stressed out because you're dealing with so much. So there's so much access to everything in the world. Kids have that much access, and they're trying to figure life out. So they don't want to go through any real world struggle, but they don't realize yet that that's going to help them prepare. And that's just like going and working out. Yeah. It's like going and sparring, getting, kicked, going through hard times is going to help you have a higher capacity to deal with these things.
Get up, get out of bed, and get going.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.